Cleveland Browns quarterback Joe Flacco made a huge mistake when he threw an interception right before trying to take the lead in the last seconds of the fourth quarter. And let me just say it, the Miami Dolphins should seriously consider trading for Shedeur Sanders. Their current quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, looked absolutely terrible. We're going to break all of this down in this video, so buckle up. Like I mentioned earlier, the Cleveland Browns went up against the Cincinnati Bengals in what turned out to be a wild thriller. Flacco threw that costly interception late in the fourth when he had a chance to lead his team to victory. I'm going to show you all that play in just a second. So let's move to the next slide. Now, as you can see, Joe Flacco was trying to set up his team for a field goal but ends up throwing the ball straight into the defender's hands. Meanwhile, let's get back to Miami. The Dolphins' quarterback situation is a disaster. Tua threw 2 ugly interceptions and looked lost the entire game. The Dolphins got blown out 33-8, and it's obvious they are desperate for a quarterback. Miami fans deserve better than watching their team sink week after week. Why not take a chance and trade for Shedeur Sanders right now? He could sit behind Tua for a short while, but honestly, the way things are going, Shedeur might end up taking that starting job sooner than people think. And when it's finally time to take a shot with the young, promising rookie, Shedeur Sanders is going to give you way more than what Tua Tagovailoa showed today. Let's be real, it was ugly. I don't know if all of you were watching that game, but it was painful, and I want to make sure you're caught up on how the Cleveland Browns looked too. For the most part, Joe Flacco played decent, but that interception he threw was a killer. Some people are already saying it wasn't on him, that maybe the receiver slipped or dropped the ball. But the truth is, the stat sheet doesn't care about excuses. You threw the interception, and that's all that matters. In the NFL, nobody remembers the what-ifs, they remember the turnovers. Now, I think Joe Flacco can probably hold things down for 4 or 5 weeks, but after that, the Browns are likely to force Dillon Gabriel into the spotlight. And I'm telling you right now, Gabriel is going to look way worse than Flacco ever did. Eventually, they'll have no choice but to hand the keys to Shedeur Sanders, and when that moment comes, it's going to feel legendary. Honestly, though, if the Browns really want to push for the playoffs this year, why wait? Go with Shedeur Sanders immediately. He brings youth, energy, and fire that Flacco just can't give you anymore. The guy has the swagger and confidence to turn things around fast. The Browns might be 0-1, but their defense looked phenomenal, and pairing that defense with a young, explosive quarterback could completely flip their season. If they don't act soon, they risk wasting another year of great defensive play. The defense did their job. Myles Garrett and the rest of that crew balled out on defense, making plays all game long. But when it came time for Joe Flacco to lead his team down the field and at least get 3 points to finish off the Cincinnati Bengals, he failed. I don't care what the play looked like or how people try to spin it. At the end of the day, he couldn't get the job done. That's the truth. And if fans or analysts want to hype Joe Flacco up like he's the second coming of Tom Brady, then fine, but I'm going to judge him with the same standard. You guys can go ahead and sound off in the comments, because I want to hear how you really feel about that performance. If you did catch the highlights, let me know down below. I personally didn't watch every single snap, but I kept up with the final score and all the key moments so I could keep you guys updated. And while I was locked in on the Miami Dolphins game, let me just say this, Tua Tagovailoa is flat out terrible. I'm not sugarcoating it. I don't care how many excuses people want to make for him, the man looked lost, he looked weak, and he flat out sucked. Miami fans can argue all they want, but deep down they know the truth. If the Dolphins keep sticking with Tua, they're never going to be serious contenders. That's just reality, and somebody needs to say it. That's it for today. Browns defense showed up, Joe Flacco didn't, and the Dolphins are wasting time with Tua. If you agree or disagree, drop it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the realest takes in football.